Hey guys, Editing Nightfall here. Just before this video actually starts, I did want to say I probably sound a lot different, and a lot of my words and sentences kind of not get jumbled, but they're kind of harder to understand at times. I'm currently having an issue with one of my wisdom teeth, and also at the time of recording this, I don't know if it's allergies or what. I don't think so. I've never had allergies, but I just have like a stuffy nose and stuff, so yeah, that's why the audio sounds a little bit off. Okay, segment done. Just wanted to get that out there before the video started, but hope you all enjoy. What's up, slashes and slashettes? My name's Nightfall, and welcome back to another anime analysis video. Today we will be discussing the horror comedy, or as I call it, scaredy, Mieruko-Chan. Starting off, let's talk about the non-horror aspects of the show. The comedy makes its appearance wherever it can in the inner monologues and faces the protagonist Miko makes, as well as in the ways she tries to get the ghost to leave her alone. The interactions between her, Hana, and then later Yulia always find ways to bring out a laugh or two, and the plot of the show itself is pretty interesting. To summarize it, Miko starts to see dead people, and instead of interacting with or reacting to them, she chooses to ignore and find ways to avoid them, all while trying not to scream or show that she's scared. This girl, for real, has the willpower of Jesus and pulls a SpongeBob from that one episode. Speaking of the plot and the show, if you were to take out the ghosts from the story, it would still make it a half-decent slice of life, which is really cool. It really speaks volumes to how good a show is if you can remove the center plot point and still have something that's not too bad. Granted, it wouldn't be as good, but it wouldn't necessarily be horrible. On top of all that, you also have other interesting events in the show, such as, spoiler alert, the fact that her dad, who we've seen multiple times in the show, is actually dead. It's rare for a twist to actually be surprising, but that one just really came out of nowhere, and when I saw that, I was dumbfounded. It was genuinely a surprise and really well executed. But that episode, as well as episode 5 and future scenes, show that not every spirit she sees is evil. Some just want to fix their mistakes or help the living one last time before moving on. This may not seem that special or unique, but from a writing standpoint, it does open the door for a near infinite amount of plots and scenarios to further explore in the future. And all of that is just the basic writing of the show. It is an incredibly well written piece, even before adding in the horror. Speaking of which, that takes us to our next segment. To begin this segment, I will say that I am a huge horror fan. Horror movies and games are among my favorites, with Friday the 13th being my favorite movie franchise of all time. The genre as a whole is absolutely amazing. However, when it comes to anime, I actually am not a fan of it. Perhaps it's because they are 2D, or maybe something about the atmosphere is off, but horror anime has never really been that scary to me. With that out of the way, in the very first episode, this show does a great job of giving you an uneasy feeling. Very little actually happens until much later in the episode, but something about the visuals and minor things like a ball moving across the field just gives off an extremely eerie vibe. Like, seriously, I was expecting one of the characters to just up and die or disappear or something, and then we finally see the ghosts, and the way they're drawn is very creepy, yes, but also beautiful in a way. The art style of this anime is great, and I think that helps convey the uneasy feeling better. On top of that, going back to how Miko tries not to acknowledge the ghosts, the suspense that those scenes cause is unparalleled, especially since, due to her being protected by the shrine spirits, we have no idea what would actually happen if she acknowledged their existence. However, it's probably not good. It also builds suspense because she has to keep finding ways to try to fool the ghost into thinking she can't see it, or come up with an excuse to leave the area the ghost is in while also trying to retain her composure and not cry. One minor slip up has led to incredible tension on multiple occasions. The writing of the show, as well as the comedy, is insanely well done, and while the horror might not be jump scary or even all that terrifying, the level of unease and suspense it generates is top tier when compared to other horror media, and it is one of the best portrayals of suspenseful horror in anime. I have been wanting to watch Mieruko-Chan since its release, but was never able to find it until here recently, and boy did it live up to my expectations. Like I said, it's not necessarily terrifying, but part of what makes horror so frightening is suspense, and this show perfectly embodies that. I highly recommend you all give it a watch, and with that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Goodbye.